Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Affirmations for Creatives. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Michelle Tracy Berger. I'm a writer and coach, and every week I have a new affirmation for you to help you practice useful, affirming, and uplifting self talk. Because the one thing we can control is what we say to ourselves. This week's affirmation allows us to really bring into focus all of the wonderful things that make up our creative life and our writing life, if you happen to be a writer like I am. So I'm going to say this affirmation and then talk a little bit about it. I release illusions about having the perfect writing life and instead cherish the realness of my actual writing life. I release illusions about having the perfect writing life and instead cherish the realness of my actual writing life. I release illusions about having the perfect writing life and instead cherish the realness of my actual writing life. So let's get into it. I think this is a great affirmation when we are maybe spiraling or doing some comparisonitis, as it's called, when we're scrolling on Instagram or on Facebook or on Blue Sky or whatever platform you're on. And you're seeing all of these updates about a particular writer and you're comparing yourself to that writer. Or you read about, a great book deal that someone's gotten, or you read about something that someone's doing, or you happen to see a writer and you just think, oh, if I could have the perfect writing life or their life, everything would be great. Right. And we know that this is, perfectionism, and its voice of what it thinks to be in the world is a type of inner critic. And I've done a lot of videos on inner critics for this channel and also just more broadly. So if you don't know those, I'll link one in the description. But I think it's just really, really important to look around, get grounded, and look at what you have created. Now, it's fine if you say to yourself, okay, this creative life, I'd like it to have a little bit more of X, Y, and Z. That's fine. But I think if you're constantly in that state, then you're missing the actual beauty and magnificence of your creative life, your writing life. And that's something that we can't get externally. No one's going to reflect that. If we always chase externals, we usually are not going to be happy, I think. So we have to give ourselves that. So that means really looking at what is working well, what you love about the life you've built, and doing maybe having some gratitude as well about that. So, this idea of cherishing the realness, the very realness, that might mean a lot of sticky notes that need to be filed in the next story. That might mean a story that is 6 months old and you're stalled on and you don't know how you're going to work on it. That might mean finding a new writing group because the one that you've outgrown the one that you've had, but that's okay. All of that is the beautiful texture of your actual creative life. So take a moment and just think if you have been externalizing and comparing yourself with other writers or other creatives and really kind of shortchanging your actual creative life. And take a moment, and I think it's always helpful to do a gratitude list, write down all the things that you love about the life that you've created. And I feel like once you get in a place of gratitude, you have more spaciousness and more grace to look at the things that maybe aren't working that need to be changed. Okay, tell me how this resonates with you. Give it a like, subscribe, always to help the algorithms. I have a new video every week for you. And as always, until next time, stay inspired. Thanks so much for hanging out.